Alright, hey you guys, this is TsubakiSwagg and I'm coming to you with my review of Naruto Shippuden episode 387, The Promise That Was Kept. And in this episode, of course it picks up where the last one left off at, where Obito was talking to Naruto. And Obito pretty much was telling Naruto that he is quite content with the path that he has chosen. He has not faltered in any way since he has chosen to go along this path. And Naruto calls him out on it and is pretty much like, well, if you feel this way, if you feel like you don't want, like, you're okay with this path, then you need to stop envisioning yourself as a Hokage. You need to think about what Ren wants you to do, because the Ren said that she was going to protect the old Obito, not the current one, because the current one is completely different than what he used to be. Because even in the last episode, Naruto was like, if you had stuck to what you really wanted to do, I would have been chasing your shadow. I would have been trying to be more like you, because he wants and wanted the same exact thing that Naruto wants now. So if Obito had done what he should have been doing, Naruto would be looking up to him right now, and he'd be trying to be more like Obito. But Obito let the bad things that happen in his life dictate what he did in the future. And while all this was happening, Naruto held out his hand. Obito tried to string him up, and Naruto told him all of this, and Obito started having another flashback with his really creepy version of Ren showed up, and Obito didn't really, he was confused and really didn't know what to do. And then during his flashback, his younger self pulled him, and then it showed that Naruto was actually pulling him, and that was when they finally pulled all of the tailed beasts out of Obito, and Obito fell to the ground, and they were about to attack him. Sasuke was running at him. Naruto tried to get him to stop, and then literally out of nowhere, Kakashi kamui'd himself back into the real world and landed on top of Obito and was about to kill him. And then Minato, the Yellow Flash himself, popped up and had to pretty much restrain Kakashi from killing Obito, because everybody was coming at Obito and was about to kill him. And Minato was like, this is all my fault. If I had been there to protect Ren, then none of this would have happened, which in a sad way is somewhat the case. But Obito could have prevented this himself. It's not Minato's fault as to why Obito did all of this stuff. It's Obito's fault, because he decided that he wanted to do all this stuff, because Naruto literally went through all the hardships that he went through, except for losing the girl that he loved, and he is still following on the path of righteousness. That sounds funny, but he is still following on the path of righteousness. So Obito could have done the same exact thing, but Obito chose to be bad, and he chose to do all these horrible things to these people, and just killing people and manipulating people. And it's really sad, because Obito could have been awesome, which really sucks. But after that, Minato was talking to Kakashi and Obito, and was pretty much like, the only person, like, Naruto, I know Naruto has been lecturing you like hell, and the only person who can really talk to you right now is your friend Kakashi. And Kakashi withdrew his kunai, and finally, him and Kakashi after all these years, they finally talked. And Obito kept asking him questions like, why are you following behind Naruto? Why are you doing all this stuff for him? And he pretty much said that he knows that Naruto is not going to waver. That's pretty much, long story short. He knows that Naruto is not going to waver. Because Obito could have done the same exact thing, but he didn't. He chose not to. And that's his fault. So, because Naruto, he knows that Naruto he's never going to change, because he loves his friends too much. He loves being able to help his friends. He loves the fact that now he can be acknowledged for all the good things that he's done, even though he started off kind of bad. He can be acknowledged now for all of the good things that he did and has done for the village and for his people, and just trying to make sure that everybody is okay, because he genuinely loves all of his comrades. So, Obito Kakashi was like, I wouldn't help you because I don't believe you could do it, was pretty much his take on it. So Obito, he looked like he was slightly offended by that, but it's okay though. So then, after all of that, Minato, like, while all that was happening, Minato had mentioned to Naruto that y'all need to go and seal Madara, because Madara is still running rampant, probably fighting Hashirama after all this time still. So Naruto and Sasuke went after Madara, and Obito is still like laid out on the ground. That was pretty much the whole episode, was Obito flashing back again, and then Kakashi talking to Obito, telling him that he's a failure at life, pretty much. But I don't know. I don't understand Obito. Like, he's had so many opportunities to be able to do good with the things that he does. Like, with his jutsus and being good, he would be amazing. But no, he just wanted to be a butthole and kill people and ruin everything. So, yeah. If it hadn't been for Obito, a lot of stuff wouldn't have happened. But then again, if it hadn't been for Madara, then all the stuff that happened to Obito wouldn't have happened, and then all the stuff that happened to Elite Village after that wouldn't have happened. It was just a whole chain reaction, so it's all Madara's fault, all in all. But I mean, most of y'all probably know that. So, as always, I would love to hear how you guys felt about this episode. How do you feel about Kakashi pretty much calling out Obito on his wrongdoings? How do you think things are going to turn out with Obito? How do you think things are going to turn out when they try to steal Madara? Blah, blah, blah. But, as always, please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. It helps out a whole lot. And this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.